The story of Krazy Joe was torn from yesterday's headlines, and it's as terrifying as tomorrow's.
Good morning. Welcome back to Krazy Joe's Concession Stand. I'm Krazy Joe. We are back at the Regal. It is Thursday, May 29th. We're about to watch one of the first screenings of the weekend. They had a couple earlier in the day, not the first, but one of the first screenings of Karate Kid Legends, the sixth film in the Karate Kid franchise. I've heard some people saying this one's not very good. I don't care. If we're being honest, none of the sequels have been very good. The original's a classic, but Karate Kid 2 wasn't very good. Karate Kid 3 was so bad it's good. 4 wasn't great. The Jackie Chan one wasn't great. So, not very good is just kind of the standard for the Karate Kid franchise right now. I mean, let's be honest. The only really good, like really legitimately good chapters of the Karate Kid franchise are the original and the Cobra Kai TV series. 2, 3, and 4 and the Jackie Chan film fall more in the guilty pleasure range. So if this movie is bad, it's just the latest bad Karate Kid movie. It's really hardly a big deal. But I think we're gonna have fun with it. I'm ready to check this out. We are headed to Theater 3, and oh my lord, just missed it. Every one of these posters was for the same movie, something called Dangerous Animals. Never heard of that. But Mission Impossible. Sinners is still playing. It's been reported online that tonight, Thursday night, is the last night for Thunderbolts. Not true. Not true. Thunderbolts is going nowhere. I checked the listings for the weekend, and not only is it still playing, it's got multiple showtimes. Thunderbolts is doing fine, not going anywhere. But we are going over here. There's one I'm really looking forward to. How to Train Your Dragon. Can't wait for that. But we're going into Theater 3. Let's do this. All right, I am back from the theater, just having seen Karate Kid Legends. And this movie is quite a surprise for me, because I was looking to be entertained. You know, that was a very base level of what I wanted from a Karate Kid 6. I was like, I just want to be entertained. I've seen every Karate Kid movie, with the exception of the fifth one. I've seen every Karate Kid movie in the theater. And the only reason I didn't see the fifth one in the theater was because it was billed as a remake. And if that interests you, if that was something that you wanted to see in 2010, something that in 2010 you were looking forward to, that's fine. You know, I'm not going to say anybody's wrong for supporting that. But me personally, I just wasn't really interested in a remake of the Karate Kid. If it had been a sequel with like Daniel or Johnny or something, I would have been there. And I was for day one of Cobra Kai. I was watching Cobra Kai from day one because it was a return to the canon of the Karate Kid I grew up with. But a remake, wasn't really interested. And when they announced that this movie was going to retroactively take the fifth one and bring it into canon, I was suddenly very intrigued. I was like, oh, okay. All right, maybe I need to watch the fifth one now. And I finally watched the fifth Karate Kid movie after this one was announced. And it was okay. It's very much the same plot as the original. I mean, it was designed to be a remake. I mean, the names were different, which gives them the opportunity to say, well, it was just a similar event that by pure coincidence happened to happen, you know. And things like that do happen in life. There are coincidences where people have very similar experiences. But I would have never watched the 2010 Karate Kid had this film not been announced. And had we not found out that Mr. Han and Daniel LaRusso were going to come together. So But up until now, I had seen the first 4 in the theater. I watched every episode of Cobra Kai. Then I finally watched the 5th one. So there was no way I wasn't going to see this in the theater. I've seen every Karate Kid in the Miyagi verse, if you will, in the theater. But as I said, going into the theater, not all of them are that good. They're all entertaining. Like, don't get me wrong. I like the Karate Kid 2. I like the Karate Kid 3. I like the Karate Kid 4. They're entertaining. They're just not really good. Karate Kid 2 is very cheesy. Karate Kid 3, I think, really falls into so bad it's good territory. But they're entertaining. And that was my base level expectation for this one. Just be entertaining. So I kept hearing a lot of negative reviews. Oh, it sucks. It's garbage. It's blah, blah, blah. So I went in just really thinking like, okay, this isn't going to be a great movie, but it should at least be a fun movie. To my surprise, I really enjoyed this. This is one of the better Karate Kid movies. This is one of the better films in the franchise. It's got a lot of heart. The star, I think his name is Ben Wang, the boy who plays Lee in the movie, he is really good. He's a good actor. His girlfriend is from the Goldbergs. She plays a character named Mia in this. Her name is Sadie something. It's late at night. I should write these things down. I always talk off the cuff. I think a lot of people script their reviews. I don't. I'm always off the cuff. So I can't remember her name. Sadie something. But I know her from the Goldbergs. She was Adam Goldberg's girlfriend in the later seasons of the Goldbergs. She's great. She was great on the Goldbergs. Even when that show got pretty terrible, she was a likable actress, and she's good in this too. One of the big surprises, because I don't think he was in any of the trailers. I don't remember seeing him. Joshua Jackson's in this movie. Dawson's Creek Joshua Jackson. He plays Mia's dad, who runs a pizza shop. And he's also a boxer. This movie is a little crowded plot-wise. Not only do we have Lee's story, but we have this whole subplot about Joshua Jackson trying to get back into boxing because he has to pay off some mobsters. If there's a downside to this movie, it's that maybe the plot is a little crowded. That said, from a pacing standpoint, it flows fairly well. Like, at no point are you like, this is getting a little long. They could have cut that subplot. No, it moves at a brisk pace. This is a very well-paced out film, except maybe at the end. The pace might be a little too quick. Maybe they needed... when he's training for the no surprise here. It's a Karate Kid movie. There's a tournament at the end. There's always a tournament in a Karate Kid movie, except part 2. Part 2 is the only one that doesn't have a tournament. But he's training for the tournament, and at that part, I think maybe they could have slowed the plot down a little. It just moved very fast. But yeah, no, this is a very well-paced movie. A lot of heart, good cast. Ming-Na Wen is in it. Woman is ageless. I swear, Ming-Na Wen never ages. It's insane. And there's great chemistry between Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan. They're really good together. I really liked this movie. It's not, as good as the first one. I mean, the original Karate Kid is still the best. But this is one of the better Karate Kid movies. I was surprised at how much I enjoyed this. I'd give it 3 out of 5 stars. Not one of the best films of the year, but a nice surprise. A good time at the movies. If you're a fan of the original Karate Kid, I think you're going to enjoy this. It's a nice, nostalgic little throwback, but it doesn't lean too heavily on nostalgia. That's one of the things where this movie succeeds. I heard someone complaining that they heard, and again, this person had not seen the movie, but I heard somebody complaining that they heard that Ralph Macchio doesn't show up until late in the film, and they were acting like that's a negative. That's not a negative. That's not a negative. I'm glad he's there. He's great in the movie. I think the movie would be lesser if he were not in the film. But it's not his film. It's a film about Lee. Lee is our main character. It's his story that matters. This isn't just nostalgia bait of like, oh, look, it's Daniel LaRusso. Again, it's really the story of the new character. This is a great, this is what you want in a legacy sequel. This is exactly what you want, because the focus is on the new characters, as it should be. And the old characters are there to give it a bit of flavor, to bring the legacy of the franchise. This film works. I really enjoyed Karate Kid Legends. This is a fun film. If you're a Karate Kid fan, I highly recommend this. This was a good time at the movies. So thank you to Sony for this delightful little treat that was much better than I expected. All right, everyone. Keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas
with the plastic feet.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
Tell everyone you meet.
Keep wearing those pajamas
With the back door flap.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
Don't open it, it's a trap.
Oh no,
It's a trap. Some people call them bitches. Some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander damas. But no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas.
keep wearing those pajamas.
I know we're having fun.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
And now the song is done.